Kia ora, hello, welcome everyone to the stream. Thank you for joining. Great to have you all here, and great to have you here, FS Farmer. It is indeed an honour to have you here. Thank you for jumping in. And yeah, we are back on Witcombe. We are continuing the grind. We have a few contracts that we need to do. Because we are a contract business, so surprise, surprise, I guess. So I've got some supplies delivered, and we have some seeding to do. So I have installed a mod that apparently makes the engines a bit more realistic. So I'm not too sure how that will go. But yeah, we will see. We will see. It's meant to make it adjust the rolling resistance and engine torque and all that sort of thing. So hopefully it doesn't crash the game. I haven't tested it yet. This is our first test with it. It is available on GitHub from the author. So where are we? Yeah, I think we can go past our used tractor dealer. And make a start on our seeding. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday. My Thursday's been fairly good. Can't complain. Okay, and what are we doing on this one? We're on 48 and we need oat. So we definitely need to make sure that we've got the right seed. So yeah, I usually like to try testing mods out, but for this one I've decided to just wing it and hope for the best. Yeah, it does seem to be working. I actually tried out another. I was doing some testing before and did a contract on another field, and for some reason it wouldn't sow. I'm not too sure what went wrong there. But this field here shouldn't be too bad. It's relatively flat compared to some of the other fields that are around, so should be okay. Just checking the revs, and yeah, they're looking 60-70%, so that's all right. So FS Farmer, how did your stream go today? Hope it went okay. Or should I say yesterday for you, wasn't it? How did your stream go yesterday? You're looking forward to your stream tonight. Yeah, I have noticed that FS Farmer was a bit of a pain. I basically just ran over it and then just put the money in. But yeah, one of the seeding contracts just wouldn't seed at all. It was a bit frustrating. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, Giants has just put out a Giants news video on YouTube. A bit corny, but in it was some interesting information. There is a new patch that's about to be dropped, and they hinted at bringing back the emergency services pack from Creative Mesh. So I guess some people will be excited about that. I'd have to say I gave it a try, but it didn't really grab my attention that much. But I'm guessing some people will be really excited about it. You know, a lot of farmers are actually volunteer firemen, especially in, you know, smaller rural communities. They have to be. So you can make the argument that it is farming related. And FS Farmer, it was good to get 440,000 litres of beets, which will hopefully keep the bank happy. Yes. Yep. Definitely need to keep the bank happy. Yeah, so yeah, contract wasn't working. I did double check that I was planting the correct fruit and all that, but no, it just wouldn't work for some reason. I bought a tractor on HP, so payments are high for a year. Yeah, I usually do tractors over 3 years. That seems to be the going rate for most car loans, so I'm guessing that would probably be about right for tractors as well. I am actually trying out a new bank mod that can give you sort of like a revolving credit line. So I thought I might try that out and see how we go. Yeah, so most of my equipment is actually on hire purchase as well. This tractor is on hire purchase over 3 years. And I bought a sprayer hoping to get some fertilizing contracts, but they haven't come up yet, but they might come up in the next few months as the fruit grows. We're doing the planting now, so yeah, this was brought second hand, so we paid cash for it. But yeah, I have got my eyes on the old class. I think I might get the class Zerion and maybe the Weeder and do some of those contracts as well. Hey, no worries, FS Farmer. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it. So yeah, hope everyone that's in the stream has had a fantastic Thursday. Well, for some of you guys, you're actually starting Thursday. So yeah, I hope your Thursday will go well. I can tell you so far the world hasn't blown up. Hey, awesome, FS Farmer. Yeah, and everyone, if you could, don't forget to hit that like button. It does help the channel, and it doesn't cost you a thing. Not many things you can do that won't cost you anything. All right, so we're about halfway through this field. So I don't know, it might just be me or wishful thinking or something, but I feel like this tractor has a bit more torque to it, a bit more pull. When you get into the right rev range, you know, we're sort of sitting in the 16 to 18 is probably about where torque should be normally. Diesels don't usually rev out much past 2000. So yeah, that's why big trucks have so many gears, is because their engines, they have to stay within a certain range to be able to do the real work. So you need the gears to keep the engine in that range. So yeah, part of the hint for the patch was that they were fixing the texture issues. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, especially on asphalt surfaces. You get a lot of splotching and the texture sort of popping in as you get closer to it. So I'm hoping they've fixed that. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Hey, welcome to our new subscriber too. Welcome to the Kiwi clan. Thank you for joining. Hope your Thursday is going well. And if you'd like to, feel free to jump into the chat, say hi. But yeah, I've got to keep remembering to look out for my thirst and hunger meters as well. Not something I'm used to looking at, but I am using it in this gameplay. There's been some real brilliant mods released just recently. That just make the game so much more realistic. Unfortunately, they are PC only, I'm afraid. But, you know, Giants will probably be looking at it and going, how can we add that into, what will it be? FS 28, will it be? FS 27? Yeah, 28, I think it will be. Yeah, I don't think they'll release a new game next year. I think we've still got the new map coming at the end of the year, so they're probably not going to release a new game just after they've released a new map. Apparently with this mod, the engine modification mod, it will cause the engine to overrun if you're going down a hill and using engine braking, and it sort of picks up speed. So yeah, that's really good. Something you really have to be careful with in a truck. Yeah, so if anyone wants a link to that mod, let me know and I can put it in the chat for you. It is, like I say, it is available on GitHub. I think it's still in beta. But it's something that he's been working on since FS13, apparently. He was never happy with the vehicle physics. I think we've got some spinach to plant in another field. We've got a variety to do, actually. So yeah, last pass, and then we will move on to our next contract. We started bright and early, so it's still only about 7:30 in the morning. That's a farmer's life though, start early, finish late. And if we want to afford that class Xerion, we really need to do some contracts. Alright, nearly finished it. But I will finish the field. I don't like to leave this little bit left over. So, where's our next contract? What's the easiest way to get to it? What's that one? Okay, so we might head down to 59. And 59 is oat as well. So that's cool. Great simple little seeder, that one. It's got a 6-meter width, 130 horsepower. So it's low horsepower, fairly big tank. It doesn't do fertilizer, which is, we're contracting, is fine. And it doesn't do direct sowing, which as a contractor is fine as well. So yeah, really stoked with it. And it's reasonably priced. Available on ModHub. So if you are looking for a good, simple little seeder, it's low horsepower but fairly, got a good width to it. Probably want to look for something like that. But yeah, I definitely like that class Xerion there. Definitely keen to get my hands on that one, I think. After I've done this field, I might just top up with a little bit of diesel. It definitely goes through the diesel. Okay, so hopefully we can sow in this one. Looks like they've put a layer of lime down, so let's have a look. Yep, we're sowing, so that's good. Just a little bit nervous when your whole premise is doing contracts and some of the contracts aren't working. Now there's that Deltic engine model that Oxy has built. An incredible train, got a very unique sound. I would suggest looking it up and finding out information about it. The engine is a unique design, originally designed for torpedo boats, I think. So definitely worth looking up. So yeah, we started from scratch on this map. Actually started in debt by about £221, and yeah, it was a bit touch and go there, but we did manage to get some contracts and get some money in. Did some stealth camping in the bush line next to the town. And then we managed to get a small transportable home, rented that for a couple of months through winter, and then at the beginning of spring we leased our land that we've got as our contracting base. So we've got a few sheds on there, and yeah, we're just trying to make some money with some contracts, and yeah, try and get to the stage where we can lease a farm or something like that. But yeah, look at those hills there. You definitely need some higher horsepower equipment for those hills. But yeah, great to have you all here. I can see the numbers ticking up and all that, so great to have you all here. Welcome in. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I'm definitely enjoying this map. It is the new map from OxygenDavid. Currently available for PC only on his itch.io page, but it will be available for consoles in the very near future. He's hoping to have it released on Mod Hub for consoles, and yeah, that would be really good. He released it on itch.io to begin with because it was quicker to do the patches on itch.io than it was to try and run the patches past Giants. Wait 2 or 3 weeks for them to test it and then send it back, and then he'd send in the requirements that they'd asked for, and it just really slowed down the testing and fixing of problems. So he basically set it up on itch.io, had the PC players do the beta testing for him, and it is a fantastic map. So yeah, if you are on PC, look it up. There should be a link to the map in the description of the video, so you can definitely check it out. And if you are on console, is definitely a map that you can look forward to playing on in the near future. I also saw a trailer for a new, I think it's a German map, and that looks absolutely stunning. Apparently it'll be 4x for PC and 2x for consoles, so yeah, that could be a good map to look out for. Be interesting to see if his edges are as good as OxygenDavid's. OxygenDavid just does a fantastic job with the edges. And hey, Wasdale Timelapse, how are you? Welcome in. Hi from NW UK. Welcome in. First time ever here and pretty new to FS. Not a player, just a watcher, as I don't have a PC. It's up to the job. What spec are you running? CPU and GPU? Yeah, so I'm running the new AMD XT, is it 7090 or 9070? Can't quite remember. And a Ryzen 7 CPU with 64 gig of RAM. So yeah, some of the stuff is fairly old. The system board is about probably about 4 years old. I recently updated the graphics card and the CPU. And managed to get the RAM before the prices went insane. So yeah, I'm actually really keen to see what happens with the Steam box. Steam are wanting to release a Linux-based game console type box, and it'll be running Linux, but it will run Windows games on it via Steam OS. So I'm actually really keen to see how that one goes. Hey, Dan's Aquariums, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you are having a fantastic Thursday. I enjoy your aquarium videos. Near Manchester, northwest UK. Oh, fantastic. Awesome area around Manchester. There's a guy I watch on YouTube called Martin Zero, and he does a lot of videos where he goes around yeah, some of the old mills around Manchester, and like he followed the rivers and that sort of thing. Was really interesting. Amazing industrial history around there, and yeah, fantastic. I would love to visit there, but I just wouldn't be ever able to spend enough time there. I just would want to stay there for a long time, just exploring all the industrial archaeology, the coal mines that are around there, the mills, the old mill sites, that sort of thing. Yeah, it is expensive to get the PC gear that you need to run this. But yeah, definitely get something with a bit of VRAM if you are going to get a graphics card. Try and get about 16 gig of VRAM. Most cards are coming out with 8 gig, and I'm not sure 8 gig is going to be enough in the near future. Oh, thank you. Yeah, New Zealand. New Zealand is beautiful, but doesn't have the history that the UK's got. The UK has just thousands of years of history. New Zealand has hundreds of years of history. So yeah, and yeah, I used to watch Time Team all the time, so I'm a big fan of history. I'll just put up a couple of links to some channels. One is Dan's Aquariums. He does some fantastic tropical goldfish type videos. Sorry, I'm probably calling it all wrong. I will admit I'm not a big fish person. I don't have a fish tank or anything, but they are fun to watch, and it's yeah, fantastic videos, well worth checking out. Give him a sub while you're there as well. And the other one was FS Farmer. He was in, and yeah, another great farm sim YouTuber. Does a fantastic job. Check out his channel as well. Right, how we... Okay, so we might be okay for seed. So where do we have to go? We've got to go up there. So let's collect and collect. And we need to go up to... Yeah, just trying to remember the roads around here. Okay, so second road past the sawmill. And drive on the correct side of the road. So when you look at that, that's hard to believe that that church spire and all those buildings over there are actually off the edge of the map. The cows are on the edge, but you don't move that much further. You can sort of see where the grass ends if you look really close, but if you're just sort of driving past, you don't notice it. And yeah, so much detail in the off-map area, and it just carries on like you could just carry on driving there. And I love those kind of map edges. When people just put in a row of trees or something like that to block off the map edge, and it feels like it's not natural. It's not the way it should be. So I love how much time and energy and that OxygenDavid puts into. Now, I might actually grab myself a coffee, because I can. Don't think I can go into the shop, but I can do the next best thing, which is bring up the drinks menu. Control Q. And we want to grab a coffee. Okay, so that should be... Hey, Cher, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Hey, and Marcus the Sim Farmer, hello, welcome in. And Kiwi Mate Renovates, hello, you've all jumped in. And I've been neglecting the chat. Thank you all for joining. Hope you're having fantastic Thursdays. So I was just saying, I'm trying out a new mod on the PC that adjusts the torque of the tractor engines and provides rolling resistance, and he even claims he's adjusted for wind resistance as well. So I'm trialing it out. I haven't actually done any testing. This is a testing, so hopefully we don't crash the game. But yeah. Don't spill the coffee. Yeah. And Daisy the cat is okay. Oh, that's good to hear there, Cher. I'm really happy to hear that. And Kiwi Mate Renovates, neglect me. Everyone does. Oh, I try not to be everyone. And Marcus the Sim Farmer, hope you're doing well. So we're just doing the contract grind at the moment. We're doing a whole, just picked up a few contracts and just finishing them. This is the last one. We started early, So I'm hoping it'll work, because I have had trouble where there's weeds, and I'm wondering if it's the weeds that's the problem. Let's have a look here. Unfold that. And double check what we're actually planting in this field. So it will be spinach. So we'll adjust our seed. If only it was this easy in real life. No, it's not doing it. All right, I'm going to work on my theory that if we go to our controls and then set ground to cultivated. Okay, so it's almost like they gave us a contract where the ground was already sowed, but yeah, I'm not too sure. But anyway, this should work, hopefully. Kev? I thought it was Trev. Now, you have to be really old to know who I'm talking about there. You may or may not remember a character called Fred Dagg. And basically all his sons were called Trev. What about Kenny? You can call me anything you like, really, as long as it's not calling me late for dinner. Fred and the 11 Trevors, that's the one, mate. That's the one. For those of you that are in the chat that are outside of New Zealand and didn't live in 1970s New Zealand, look up Fred Dagg. And he is actually on YouTube. It is on YouTube. It was actually a country calendar episode, which was like a magazine style show for country life in New Zealand. And he was they were filming it like he was a real farmer and all that, but it was a bit of light relief. Definitely worth checking out. He actually went on to have a very successful career in Australia. Alright, so the contract's working. We just had to give it a little bit of a helping hand. Yep, if it weren't for your gumboots, where would you be? you'd be in the hospital with pleurisy. Yeah, it's definitely a song you guys should look up to. It will be on YouTube, no doubt. Everything is on YouTube. But yeah, that was everyone was singing that in 1970s. He was an Aussie, came here, did comedy, made a Kiwi icon, then went back home. Ah, right. Okay. Learn something new every day. Yes, we did have that over here, Share. We got a few of the Aussie shows. I don't think I ever watched it though, but yeah, I do remember it being on TV. So far, I think the mod is behaving itself. For those of you that just joined, I recently installed a mod that makes the engine more realistic. Well, that's the blurb on the box. And yeah. Yeah, have you seen Rams? Yeah, Aussie movie with Sam Neill. It is brilliant. It is. It's very good. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that movie, definitely look it up. Yeah, Sam Neill and the guy from The Castle. Yep. Castle is another fantastic Aussie movie. Definitely worth checking it out. It's a good laugh, that one. He's had a long career too, that guy in The Castle, because he actually was in, I don't know if you guys watched the Sullivans back in the late 70s, early 80s. You may or may not have got it over in the UK, but we got it here in New Zealand, and it was based around an Australian family that living through World War II, with their sons in the army and going overseas, and what it was like on the home front. Really good one. Yeah, that's the one. Move the Commodore so I could get the Tirana, and then the joke was at the end of it, Well, I'll have to move the, I thought it was a Cortina, but yeah, it was a Ford. They've got all these GM cars and they got one Ford. Dave and Grace Sullivan, yes. And huge spoiler alert, she actually got killed off in a blitz in London. She wanted to leave, so they, yeah, killed her off that way. I think it's safe to put that spoiler out there now. I use that line all the time. Kiwi mate renovates all the time. How much? Tell them they're dreaming. Sorry to hear that, mate. Yeah, depression can be, it's a terrible thing. So, glad you could come in here and have a few laughs, mate. Yeah, take care. Definitely take care, mate. But yeah, glad you could have a few laughs. Took on a job and I have to tell the guy I'm quitting on Sunday. Yeah, that's probably not going to be an easy thing to do, but yeah. Yeah, it's sad or something. Depression is too strong a word. Yep. Yep, I understand where you're coming from there, mate. Yeah, you're probably disappointed. Yeah, sure, you have depression and anxiety, so I look forward to the live streams because I feel like me. So I'm glad we can help there, Share. Yeah, depression is it's one of those things. Depression and anxiety, any mental health issue is something that can be really overlooked. You know, if someone turns up at, you know, in a wheelchair or on crutches and got their arm in a bandage or a cast or anything like that, you know, no one's going to say to them, oh, just snap out of it, it's just in your head, you know? It's something physical. And you know, it's the same with mental health. People need to look at it the same way, that, you know, it is a real thing. It is something that needs to be treated, and it's not something that you just snap out of it by, just be happy and everything will be right. Because just saying that to someone in a wheelchair, "Oh, just be happy and you'll be walking soon." It doesn't work that way. Yeah, pay goalposts moved 3 times in 2 weeks. Also, I had a near fatal accident, and I don't want to take that risk. Oh, I know that feeling, mate. I was delivering I-beams to a place, and one of the I-beams got caught on the train chain, rolled, and I literally had to graze my leg to get my leg out from between the I-beam and another I-beam. That's how close it was to me actually losing that leg. It was scary. It was scary. So I know where you're coming from there, Kiwi mate. And share, I never got it, but 15 years ago I did. Hang in there. Life can swing in any moment. Next time for the better for you. Hey, thanks for those words there, Kiwi mate renovates. Appreciate it. It's definitely what we try to have on this the stream is, people supporting people. That's what we want. You would have been okay, but the fools past me would have died. Just reacted in time. Oh, I know that feeling, mate. I know that feeling. Yeah, so I take it you're doing a bit of truck driving there or something? I don't care what anyone says, truck driving is it's a very technical job. Yeah, Wasdale time lapse. Yes, I usually drive first person. I tend to prefer it that way. It adds a bit more to the immersion. I just like doing it in first person. I can jump out and give you guys a drone view. Yeah, it was truck driving, but not as I know it. Yeah, everyone in the farm sim community knows about my stroke. and they treat me as a person, not a thing. Yeah, exactly. Heart disease runs on both sides of my family. My grandmother was so close to getting a stroke because the main arteries were so clogged with cholesterol that they were surprised that she hadn't had a stroke. My grandfather on my other side did have a stroke. So, yeah, heart disease runs in the family. Yeah, most of the farm sim stuff I have watched is drone view, and it can drive you mad with the constant swinging around. First person view is better. I think so too. To me, it just helps with the immersion. I like to do things realistically as possible, and yeah, just driving in first person really does help with that immersion. Yeah, so it's actually a new mod that actually normally with the default GPS it would have stopped there and you would have had to have turned around manually, but there is a new mod that links everything together. As long as you don't go too fast around the corners, it works really well. First person is like sitting on Kenny's lap. Yep. Look, Ma, no hands. Hey, Gaming with Just Joe. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you are having a fantastic Thursday. Well, it's just starting for you, but yeah, hope it's starting well. All right. So yeah, just a reminder, everyone, if you haven't hit that like button yet, if you could, that would be fantastic. Let's see, have we got any other contracts? Ooh, we've got a lot of cultivating. Man, where did all they come from? Big contracting jobs. Hey, we've got some fertilizing jobs too. I might do those fertilizing jobs. Oh, and we've got a hoeing job. Right. So many contracts. You know what? I'm going to accept that contract. Another contract is starting at the moment. Try again later. Right, well, I think what I'm going to do... You're not wrong there, Kiwi Mate Renovates. Okay, so let's have a talk to the bank. And where's the bank? Here we go, bank. So what I'm thinking of doing is taking out a revolving credit. For possibly 200,000. So basically, it just means I've got $200,000 available, or pound, at about 7.75% interest. But that's only for what I take from it. Let's confirm that. All right, so yeah, it was awesome there, Cher. Thank you. And Joel, FS25, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Right, so this is a new mod. It's just been released on GitHub as well. And it's a contractor yard job. Sorry, not contractor, used vehicle yard. Ooh, I've got one of these. I think I'll grab one of those that come in handy. But I really want this. And I think I'll grab one of these as well. Okay, so that's actually dropped our thing down by quite a bit. But, so what I want to do is I wanted to try I actually want the 300 horsepower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it down and actually I don't have to take it down to the dealer. I can do it in my yard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the additional add-ons. So we'll customize it. So I do want to go to the yeah, I want to go, yeah. No, just not that fussed about it. For some reason, I prefer the 97 version. I know it's a bit less horsepower, but yeah. I want to go for wide tires. We'll definitely go for a extinguisher. Safety first. We'll go for additional work lights. We'll leave the UV filter on. We'll put some mud flaps on it as well. And I want to go for the other attacher ball hitch. Here we go. And so that comes to a total of an extra £8,000. So it's like I brought it for, you know, what I brought it for plus £8,000. I'll probably need to get a weight for it as well. Yeah, gaming with Just Joe. Yes, you do choose the location. So I'll just grab that weight while I'm here before I get sidetracked completely, and then I'll show you what I did. So let's go down. Let's grab the class. Yep, I think we'll go for that one. Yeah, we'll go for that, and we will give it some class color. I think we can actually add more weight to it as we need. So I might actually, yeah, maybe customize that a bit later on, but let's buy that. Okay, so our bank balance is looking really low, but you got to remember that we have a $200,000 loan that we can draw on whenever we want to. Yeah, so Just Joe, let's get back to the map. And so this here was actually a grass field. So I'm running this in multiplayer mode. So the original farm here, I'm just using them to as sort of like a bit of use it to do the cash stuff that I don't want to do, and they actually own all the tractors in the tractor museum as well. So I got them to buy the farm, and we'll go back to the yard and I'll show you. So it's like the fenceless animal pastures, where you basically have a transformer cabinet that you place wherever you want to, and then you can set the size of your yard by putting in stone piles. Yeah, let's have a look here. So you can sort of see that pile of stones there. That's actually like a fence post, and that sets the dimensions for the yard. And then down here you'll see the transformer box there, or the cabinet. So you put that down and then you can set your yard. So these flags and this office here is not part of the mod. It's what I've just added in for a bit more realism. And these just automatically generate, and I've got it set so that after a couple of days they will refresh. And yeah, brilliant mod. Yes, so you've actually got a whole heap of different things. So here you've got the category weight. So I don't want beet harvesters or cars or bikes or anything like that. I've just set it for, you know, corn headers, the stuff that I'm sort of interested in. So yeah, and you can set the weight so that if you set it to 2 or 3, then it's more likely to generate stone pickers. And then you can choose your brands. Didn't include Ford because that's just the big tractors, so not too fussed about that. The class. So yeah, I have very pointedly not included John Deere. Sorry, John Deere people. Kiwi Mate renovates by the JCB Fast Track. I would, but I don't really have the use for that one at the moment, and I'll probably go for the bigger one. I'll wait for a bigger one to come in the yard. There is the big one that I want. So yeah, it is a brilliant mod. I really do like it. It really helps with the immersion. And like I say, this class tractor is actually a good mod, but it definitely needs the suspension and brakes adjusted. I have actually done that on this mod, and it is really good. Yeah, no JD, I'm afraid. Yeah, just couldn't bring myself to put some JD in there. I have a few in the museum, but just couldn't bring myself to have them in the yard. Some may say I'm a bit biased. I probably am. But yeah, this is like a 300 horsepower tractor for yeah, what did I pay? Just over 40,000 for it. So yeah, really stoked with that. Yeah, I was using another mod that randomly spawned equipment at the shop, but for some reason it lagged for some reason. Yeah, I'm not finding any issues with lagging. I checked the frame rate because I thought having all that equipment would drop the frame rate, but it doesn't. so it does seem to be handling it quite well. And I've got another yard here. The only downside is you can't sort of line the tractors up. That just generates it randomly, so it looks like you've got tractors in the middle of the yard, which you have. But yeah, so I've set this one up as sort of like a little like a dealer yard with their, you know, trade and equipment. So yeah, but I've actually got a plan for this tractor. So we'll top this up with diesel, because when you buy a tractor from the yard, it doesn't come with much diesel, which is normal. The Vulture, yeah, it does look good. It is actually very tempting to get that. I may end up getting the Vulture later on. So I don't know if you saw that, but OxygenDavid's actually got traffic going in and stopping at the gas station and then driving out. I think that is really awesome. Let's pop this up with diesel. Now I need to think about trying to see if I can get these contracts to work. A whole heap of cultivating. Have some fertilizing contracts. I was after... Yeah, game is still 1-1, no matter if dollar, euro, or what. Yep. Yep, I know what you mean there, mate. Another contract is trying to start at the moment. I'm wondering if it's... finish contract, maybe? Okay, so it looks like there may be a little bit of a conflict between the neighbor workers mod and this one. So yeah, okay, but anyway, we have now got that £11,000 contract, so that's cool. And we have our class, and we have £894. And we'll wait for the lady to cross the road. Yes, gaming with Just Joe, I have had trouble with that. One was the tractor was actually behind the slurry tank, and it was just bouncing all over the place. So yeah, I have had issues with that. So yeah, it's not 100%, but it is still quite good when you see them. But you know, a lot of the time you don't actually see them. They're in different parts of the map. So they are taking resources with little benefit. Talk to the dealer. He's happy for the other piece of equipment to just stay here for a little while. Tight squeeze. Four-wheel steering is actually really good at this location. Alright, so we get to use our own rotary hoe and 300 horsepower tractor. Yeah, shame we couldn't have duals on this. Would have looked awesome with duals. Had issues when they were working in the field, and if I entered the game, when I came back, they did not start back. Yeah, I haven't paid that much attention to it. Whether it's something that I will continue to use, I don't know. If I'm going to be having trouble with contracts, I might have to remove it. Like I say, it's nice to see vehicles working in the field, but you know, half the time you're nowhere near where they're working, so you're not really seeing it anyway. Let's check the map. How do we get to this field? I think we just carry on up as we go. His keybind search has made my life easier. Yeah, Kiwi Mate renovates. This is good old Blighty. So yeah, everyone drives on the correct side of the road here. Sorry, Just Joe. Glad you saw the funny side of it there, Just Joe. So yeah, I'm actually using a new realism mod that I found for the engine. It sort of adjusts the torque, provides rolling resistance and air resistance. This isn't working, is it? Oh no, it is. So I might just find it and put the link in the chat for you, Just Joe. You might want to check it out. So yeah, this is a mod that I'm trialing out at the moment. It adjusts the torque, adds wind resistance apparently, as well as rolling resistance, and he will also have the engine over rev if you're going down a hill and you're not controlling your speed. If you start speeding up, the engine will over rev. So yeah, I'm trialing it out. I've just put this GitHub link in the chat. So yeah, I don't know if it's one that you've seen before there, Just Joe. Apparently he's been working on trying to increase the simulation of tractors in the game since FS13. And yeah, that new bank mod is actually really good too. Quite impressed with that one. Hopefully it'll work out okay. We'll find out. Hey Serena Earth, hello, welcome in. Sorry I didn't see you jump in there. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Great to have you on board. Hey Nina, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you are having a fantastic Thursday. Hope it is starting well for you. Hope you've got a nice cup of tea in front of you at the moment. So with this tractor, I adjusted the suspension, stiffened the suspension up, lowered the center of gravity a little bit, and increased the brake power. I have done nothing with the engine, haven't adjusted the torque or anything like that. So yeah. It seems to be going quite well. I quite like it because it's a reasonable price tractor. Yeah, I'm actually using that as well in this game. It's one of the reasons why I haven't actually repaired the tractor yet, because it's actually going to put the tractor out of action probably for about, I've got it set to 30 minutes, so because I guess if I was playing 4-day months, then I'd probably set it on the default, but because I'm pretty limited in my time, I'm trying to push it through it fairly quickly. I've got it set so the inspection is instantaneous. Normally that would take a few, like about half an hour game time, and then the repairs, depending on what needs to be done, would usually take 4 or 5, you know, maybe even 48 hours, depending on what needs to be done. But I have minimized that down to 10% of that. So to repair a tractor would be about half an hour at the moment. So that's what I've got it set at. But yeah, it is definitely a great mod. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Trying to keep the engine power out of the orange. Yeah, enjoyed it. Been doing field repairs in the field using my service truck. Yeah, and what is good about it too is it actually works with the Repair Anywhere mod. So where you press the N key to bring up the repair menu. So I actually use that now rather than putting in a repair station in the farm. So yeah, you could abuse it and just, you know, fix it wherever you are. But yeah, I just sort of like to use it where I would normally be sort of repairing it anyway. Yeah, doing a quick repair option until I can get it into the shop. Yeah, it just increases the immersion of the game. Yeah, you feel like you're a real farmer, and you know, you're putting up with these sort of random things that happen. Yeah, I think it's brilliant. There's been so many brilliant mods just come out recently, and yeah, knowing how Giants likes to borrow people's ideas and incorporate them into the gameplay, it does make you wonder what they are going to include in the next game. Had a combine go down in the field, did a service truck repair, finished harvest, then took it to the shop. Yeah, and that is what happens in real world, in real life. Hey FS Farmer, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Hope you are having a fantastic Thursday again. So yeah, I've just got myself that class Zerion that was in the used dealer's yard, and we're just using it to do a fairly large weeding contract. So I will have to repair this, but yeah, I'll probably do this when I'm doing a cultivating contract, because I'll be able to use a small tractor for cultivating. So this is 300 horsepower. So I got the 97 year rather than the 99. If I'd gone for a 99 year, it would have been 315 horsepower. But I just like the front end on this one compared to the other one. I sort of like that sort of white frontage on it. The other one, the grille sort of just goes right up to the top, and I think this one's got a little bit of character, so that's why I went for the 300 horsepower one. I also enjoyed the new cattle breed add-on for the Ritter version of Enhanced Livestock. Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't done anything with new cattle breeds. I think there's some new cattle breeds on this map, but because I'm doing contract work, I'm not doing the cattle. And I'm thinking if I buy a farm, I'm probably going to buy a sheep farm. Because I've got that mod, the sharing mod, so that you don't get any wool until the shearers come in and shear the sheep. You get charged for each sheep that gets sheared, and it's looks like a brilliant mod. So I'm wanting to try that one out. So I might get some sheep. I'm not sure if OxygenDavid has included new sheep breeds. Not sure. I think there are 12 breeds now, dairy and beef and both. Yep. Uggsy knocked that one out of the park. Oh, he did. He did. It is, you know, it's what sheep farming is all about. Most of the time and sorry Nina if you're still here, I'm oversimplifying it, I know there's a lot more to it, but you know, most of the year you're not shearing sheep. You only shear sheep once or twice a year, and when it is shearing time, it's insane. And I think that mod really brings that into the game, that feeling that you know, you just most of the time you're just feeding the sheep and keeping them happy, but come shearing time, that's when you're going to get all the wool all arrive at the same time, and you have to do something with it, you know, and I think it really does add that touch of realism. Of course you're going to buy a sheep farm. What else is a Kiwi? Yeah, I actually live in the central North Island, mate, and there's no sheep around here. There are just hundreds and hundreds of dairy farms. Yeah, we share here in spring before lambing. Yeah, it's a really busy time. To be honest, we saw more deer than sheep when we were there. Yeah, sheep is hasn't been profitable for quite a few years, so a lot of people have left the sheep industry and gone into likes of deer. A lot of sheep farms have been turned into dairy. So yeah, we're not the sheep nation that we used to be. I still have the best shearers in the world though. There may be some Welshmen that would disagree with me, but yeah, more milk farming here now, definitely. Fonterra has definitely taken over the landscape quite a bit with dairy farms. This is a good little right angle field. Yeah, I enjoyed how he made it give the same amount of wool you'd get from the base game for 1 year, but at one time. Exactly. It just there was a very similar mod to that in FS 19, which I used, and it was like that you just got a ton of wool all arrive at the same time. But this one's definitely more immersive. That mod, you didn't pay for shearers to come in, so having to pay shearers is a lot more realistic. Alright, so we're nearly finished this field. That'll be a nice tidy summer. Should get us looking a bit healthier on the money side of things again. Hey Kirim Gaming, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you are having a fantastic Thursday. Just starting for you. Hey, thanks for jumping over into the other stream and hitting that like. Appreciate it. Just a reminder, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, do so, and if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do that too. Good to hear, mate. Good to hear. So while I remember, I'll just put Kirim's link in the chat. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, please do. He's a great streamer, relaxed, laid back, awesome bloke. He's been a fantastic friend of this channel ever since I started, to be honest. And he has been working hard to get to 1,000 subscribers, and he is so close. If you haven't subbed to his channel yet, please do. You won't regret it. He's a great guy. And it would be really great to see him get over that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're going to have a celebration, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to join in with a stream. But yeah, if you haven't checked out his channel, please do. Now, just someone else that I probably should put in here. Gotta find him. Here we go. So this young fella has just set up a YouTube channel, and he's doing a bit of streaming as well. Check him out. Some of his streams are actually pretty good, so yeah, feel free to go over and maybe give him a sub as well. Yeah, no worries there, Kirim. We're sort of really trying to get you over that cliff edge, mate. We want to see you hit that 1,000. Yes, I don't know if Marcus is still in the chat, but he did jump in. And hey, if I have missed anyone, or anyone would like their channel put on the in the chat, let me know. Happy to do that. If I have missed you out, it's not intentional. It's just we get busy, and sometimes I do forget. So yeah, feel free to shout out and just say, hey, can you put me up there, please? More than happy to do that. All right, so we'll collect this contract, because that should really give us a bit of a boost. All right, so I reckon we might be able to do another. Got a few cultivating contracts, deadwood, fertilizing. all happening at the moment. Where's the next largest weeding contract? I say weeding and not the other word in case YouTube decides to have a hissy fit. Oh yeah, F10. Sorry, yep, field 10. I think I actually planted another contract is on at the moment. Yeah, looks like it's definitely tied in with that. I may have to remove that because, like I say, the cost-benefit ratio for me at the moment is definitely negative. Yeah, it is nice to see tractors working in fields, but if it's upsetting the contracts, then it's not worth it. Seeing that, you know, I had two workers working in the field and hadn't seen any of them, so because they're on other parts of the map. So yeah, the cost benefit ratio is probably not that great for that mod at the moment. It's a great mod, don't get me wrong, it is really neat to see, you know, farmers working in the fields, but like I say, you know, I don't see them that often, and it's like if it's gonna break another mod, then, or break the contracts, then that's not what I want at the moment. I've always just said, and knowing YouTube rightly never say a thing. It's a myth, I think. Must have said it hundreds of times over the years. Yeah. But yeah, I'm the one, you know, people have streamed OxygenDavid's maps for hundreds of times over the years, but I'm the one that got pinged for copyright. Ooh, I've got an engine light on. That's not a good thing. Might have to do one of those quick repairs, Just Joe. Alright, engine lights turned off again. Oh, I can see why I've slowed down though. I haven't been eating or drinking, so I should do that. Control U. And Control R. Just a faulty sensor. Yeah, I might just check it anyway. So if we hold to start inspection, let's see what it's going to say. I might have to turn it off. Okay, so everything's looking okay. Just air intake and radiator is slightly dirty. So I will probably need to blow that out with an air gun, which is part of the mod. So yeah, 300 horsepower is probably a bit more than we need for this particular job, but I don't have the money to buy a slightly smaller tractor at the moment. I wanted a 300 horsepower. But yeah, I've been absolutely astounded with how many realism mods I have found just recently on Mod Hub, but also just on just in GitHub as well. So yeah, I've been really stoked with the mods that are coming out. The modders are just an incredible bunch of people, very talented, and yeah, they make this game what it is. I think most of us probably would have stopped playing a long time ago if it wasn't for the modders. The modders really do just keep you coming back in. Yeah, was Dale time lapse? Yeah, that's actually a brand new mod that was only released recently, and this is the first gameplay where I've actually done the eating and drinking. Daggerwin actually first introduced that, to my knowledge, back in FS17. He incorporated it into his survival series for a little while, but it was decided that he wouldn't use it, so he dropped it after a while. But yeah, this is definitely just adds a little bit more realism to it, you know, where you are getting hungry and thirsty, and you know, you should be looking after yourself. Trouble is, I just don't have a rumbling tummy to remind me to eat. I've only got numbers in front of me, which are easy to ignore. Much easier when your body's actually telling you, hey, I'm hungry, feed me now. Yep, catch you later, FS Farmer. Thank you for jumping in, appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully I can catch up with you tomorrow on your stream. Tomorrow my time, later on today your time. Gotta love this whole time zone thing. But yeah, I usually catch FS Farmer. He does a stream at night, UK time, and I usually manage to catch him in the morning. So yeah, it's really good. I'm 56 on Friday. Yikes. Mate, know that feeling. Hashtag like Spike. I like that one. Yeah, just to remind everyone, if you haven't hit that like, do so please. It really does help the channel. Only 4 more years to free prescriptions. Yeah, we have a universal retirement. Like, you don't have to stop work, but you do get paid a pension, and whether you work or not. That's at 65. So yeah, 9 years to go. And yeah, and when you get the pension, you get a gold card, which gives you free travel on transport and yeah, all sorts of things. But yeah, they're making rumblings of increasing the age to 67. I think they're making rumblings like that all over the world, aren't they? It's 67 here currently for men. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, we're currently still 65. I can remember when it was 60. And the trouble is, those that make the decisions over what the retirement age should be are people that have worked in an office all their life. Their body isn't broken by hard labour, and so they get to 60 and go, oh, I'm feeling pretty good. Everyone else should be fine. Let's increase the retirement age. It's like, if you've done some hard manual labour, you know, you've worked in a coal mine or something like that, and you've done some hard labour. By the time you get to 60, you are broken. But just because they feel good in their offices in Parliament and all that sort of thing, or the Senate, they've got no idea what it's like to work in a coal mine, or you know, drive trucks for a living, or be a farmer even, you know? Give you more time to pay in, less time to take out. Yeah. Just checking the horn worked so that I can scare off those pesky boars if they get in the way. Yeah, not even worried. Yeah, so we have got our £200 revolving credit line, so we've got, you know, 11,000 in the bank at the moment, but we have got 200,000 that we can draw on if we need it. So the trick would be not to draw on it. That way you don't get the you don't have to pay interest on the stuff you haven't drawn on yet. So, but it is nice to have that cash in case, you know, a tractor breaks down or something like that, or maybe a piece of equipment comes up at a really good price that you think would actually do the job really nicely. And back in 2005, when I visited New Zealand, I had ideas to emigrate. I'm a carpenter by trade. My partner said it was too far from the UK and her children, so we didn't stay. I miss the hot balls. Yeah, the hot balls are great. Yeah, New Zealand is a good place to live in, but you do have to put up with the isolation, the limitation of product. To, you know, it's very limited in what you can purchase and what's brought into the country. You know, we've only just recently got an IKEA shop opened up. Now, I mean recently as in November last year, and it honestly is a breath of fresh air. We were getting a lot of very, very cheap Chinese stuff coming in, and we're being charged premium prices for it. And IKEA has really shaken up the industry. It's been really good, but it's what you have to get used to in New Zealand, is the isolation. You are a long way from anything, from anywhere. and to get product here is quite difficult. I think that's why the local shops have been going mad about Temu, you know, and everyone's shopping on Temu because it's so cheap. And it's sort of like, not because it's cheap, it's because of the variety of product that you can get that you just can't get in the shops. Hey, contract's finished. So yeah, New Zealand is a good place to live in, but you have to remember that, you know, I'm really envious of you guys in the UK. You know, you can nip over to Europe, you can nip over to the FarmCon, and it's not a huge expedition, you know. Whereas for us here, it's like, you know, 2 to 3 hour flight just for us to get to Australia, let alone to get to some place like Germany. You know, you're talking literally hours and hours. So yeah, you really have to be prepared for the isolation, and I think a lot of people don't fully comprehend that until they're on the island for a little while. Yeah, at the end of the day, two relatively small islands. Well, okay, literally it's more than just two, but yeah, two main islands with a huge amount of ocean surrounding it, a long way before you get to the next place. You know, we can't go and stand on a cliff edge and see another country in the distance. So yeah, it is very isolated. All right, we'll go back and wash these down. Actually, I should collect that contract. Yeah, so we've got nearly £20,000 for now, so it's getting up there. Yeah, traffic down there is great. Traffic where I live is not so great, and Auckland is even worse. Auckland is built on a sort of like a peninsula, and there's only one motorway right through the middle of Auckland that everyone has to go on and come off, and it's just, the traffic is just bumper to bumper all the time, and yeah, it's my turning. It's definitely there is definitely a lot of traffic issues in New Zealand. Down the South Island, it's pretty sparse, but you get into the North Island and yeah, you're always following another vehicle somewhere. All right, let's wash this down. Now, I should probably inspect it as well. And 93 Dakota, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. It sounds like paradise. Yeah, it depends on whether you're living it or not. I couldn't see myself living anywhere else, but then that's because I've always lived here and I'm just used to it. But yeah, if you're used to a huge range of product and a lot of shops that you can go to because you know you've got a lot of population, then coming here can be a bit of a shock to the system, definitely. There's actually a few YouTube videos from people that have moved over from like to the US and the UK, and they give their experiences of you know what surprised them and what shocked them. So yeah. Oh yes, the traffic management. That is a brilliant piece of work. So for those that don't know, they can change the number of lanes going each way on the bridge, depending on you know, rush hour, people rushing into the city or people rushing out. And what they have is basically it's like, for those that are familiar with the game, it's like the grape or olive harvester. So they've got a machine like that, except what it does is it picks up the concrete blocks, guardrails, and will move them across the lane. Fantastic machine. Absolutely astonishing to look at. But yeah, so they do that. We don't have a great train system in New Zealand. That has been well and truly gutted. All right, let's check this. Oh, okay, it's fine. I thought it would have been a bit clogged, but looks like it's okay. Not going to get that in there, am I? I'm going to have to go into the shed again. Sheds here aren't that great, to be honest. Yep, that's a great way to describe it. Yeah, I thought it was about the only way I could describe it, especially to anyone that knows the game. All right, let's give this a wash. Okay, so let's repair that. So we want to go into here, and we want to go down to, I think it's miscellaneous. Yeah, there we go. So we want the grease gun. And we want the air cleaner. So now if we bring that up with our hand tool, and so we were showing that we needed to blow the dust out. So if I do that, okay, so now if I go back and do the visual inspection, it shows that the radiator and air duct are now fine. So what I want to do is I want to get some workers working on this overnight, repairing it overnight if we can. Now, can we have enough clearance? We do. All right, let's see if we can get this in here. Yeah, it's a bit tight. Doors are a bit tight. Okay, so what I want to do is I'll go into the repair menu. So what we want to do is we want to do the inspection. Now this normally takes about 30 minutes. Or you can do different types of inspections. Yeah, we might go for that one. It should, so it's showing ECU errors slightly reduced. So we can repair it. We can do a standard repair, advanced repair, or a quick fix. So do a standard repair, and you can choose OEM, or premium, or aftermarket, or used. So, and that will change the amount of the cost. So I think we'll just go OEM, and then we'll perform maintenance after the repair as well. Okay, so I've got it set to a shorter time period. So that's going to be finishing at about 7 p.m. And of course it is now 8:30, so '93 Dakota. No, it's the advanced damaged mod. So it is a PC mod that is available on GitHub, and it is absolutely brilliant. Whether he'll get it onto ModHub, I'm not too sure, but like I say, it is on GitHub, and I'm quite happy to get stuff on GitHub because I know I'm getting it directly from the modder. And you know, on GitHub, it's open to anyone can see the code, so it's going to be very difficult for someone to put in some dodgy code, because it is open to everyone to have a look at. So we will pick up our we've also purchased this, so yeah, so I will usually be live streaming a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night my time. So that would be Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning your time. I also try to put in some streams. I try to do some multiplayer live streams on Saturday and Sunday at 8 p.m. my time. So that's, you know, sort of like I guess 8, 9 your time in the morning. So yeah, that is my streaming schedule. Although sometimes life gets in the way and you don't get a chance to stream. Right, I might be able to fit that in the other shed, I think. Sometimes drone view is just handier. All right, so if anyone's interested, I will put the link up to the advanced repair mod. I'll just find it again in GitHub. The advanced damage system. There we go. So I'll just put that up in the link for anyone that might want to check it out. I'm definitely enjoying playing with it. Adds a bit more realism to it. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm going to be getting a new Xbox soon for the FS25. I'm still a very new player, with only a couple of weeks on FS22 and 19. Awesome, Dakota. Unfortunately, these mods are PC only because they're script mods, so you can't use them on Xbox. But there's still a lot of things you can do on the Xbox. And my multiplayer streams are, I keep them as crossplay, so people on Xbox and PlayStation can play on it. So I don't have all these fancy realism mods on my multiplayer streams. I only keep them for my sort of personal gameplay streams that I share with everyone. Awesome. Yep. Thanks for that. You should, hopefully get some notifications or have it come up on the feed. I think there's a bell you can ring or something to get notified when things drop. And Davy's Farming, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm actually going to probably call it a night now. It is about 20 to 11 p.m. my time. So it has actually been a really good day. We have purchased some new equipment. We have got a line of credit available to us, but we haven't used it yet. It'd be really great if we didn't have to. We've utilised the used equipment yard quite nicely, and yeah, we'll continue on with the grind tomorrow. Do a few more contracts. We are on 2-day months, so we've done our first equivalent to 2 weeks of work, and tomorrow night's stream will be another 2 weeks of work. So yeah, we are going to be trying to flip through the months fairly quickly. It does make it a bit more challenging. On 4-day months, you used to be able to clear the contract boards and then go, right, let's skip through to the next one. But this on 2-day months, it's a bit harder to clear the contracts. So yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying this map. Hope you guys are enjoying it as well. I'm exhausted, so yep. I should eat a full meal. I thought I was. There we go. So that's given me, yep, that's improved everything by no end. Everyone feels better after having a good, decent meal. But yeah, there we go. We will leave it at that. Thank you to everyone that's joined. If you've liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Feel free to also share this with anyone you think that might enjoy it. And hey, welcome to our 2 new subscribers. Thank you for that. Welcome to the Kiwi clan. Share this video. But until next time, have a good day, good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world and whatever time you're watching this. Hey, and hopefully we might see you tomorrow. I will be on, so it'd be great if you guys would like to jump in. Until then, bye.